Yes, guys, sorry for the delay. We're back and we're doing this watch along to the draw for Europa League to see what Arsenal and Man United get.
Ordeal, chance, Balotelli, Aguero! Premier League champions 2016, Leicester City!
Hope to see you soon. Well done. Bye bye.
Gazzola, Giroud again, Joe Wilson! Here's Gerrard. That's a great strike! McCracken getting closer. To the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent! Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie!
Yes, guys, welcome to SFeatleyTV. We're here for our draw for the UEFA Europa League. As if I've got a freaking system that wants to work. How are you, Manny?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'll be a lot better. The doctor's treating us properly. There you go. It's a palliative care case, mate. Don't worry about it. There you go. If you can tell, I'm in hospital, right? Because, well, I told people that this is going to happen, and they don't listen. And then, unless they do something, and that it doesn't happen, they think they know better, and then I end up in shit like this, and have to do an extra trip to the hospital, as usual. Right? And then I'm supposed to sit there and go, oh, it's alright, it's a good. Right, but there you go. Well, what am I supposed to do? There you go. Anyway, Europa League, here we go. We're going to have about 10 days of talking while we're waiting for them to start the draw. I'm going to show you, whilst we're doing that, I'll show you the pots that will be available. Whilst I'm doing that, Manny, what's your initial thoughts going into this, man?
It's strange because this is probably going to be the start of our test as a squad. Last season, we didn't have European football. And this transfer window, which was supposed to be our opportunity to truly try and strengthen as best we could, I guess the fact that we don't have Champions League football means that we had to try and struggle to get some good quality signings. We do have Jesus, we do have Zinchenko, and a few others. But it will be interesting to see how this big squad, big as it is, although it could be trimmed with a few more departures, responds to the challenge of the Europa League. And this competition will not be easy. Maybe the group stage will dictate that it will be easy, but from there it gets all the more difficult because a few Champions League knockoffs will then join in the competition at a later stage. So it's not going to be difficult, but it will be a good test for some of the fringe players who get to play, to show how good they are, and to prove to the manager that they deserve some more minutes. But the group stage is where it will be decided, and it's here that we will know the level of our challenge going forward.
Exactly. I mean, it's a tournament that Arsenal should be looking at to win, as well as their relentless drive to actually struggling with this pot here. Give me a sec. Why is that done? Why is it an Excel sheet? It never works. Right, it never works properly. There you go. Right, hang on. I might have worked it. Alright, got it. Right. Anyway, yeah, you were saying, like I'm saying, it's a tournament we should be winning. We should be winning quite comfortably. Well, it should be favourites for one of them. I mean, we know we've got Man United in there, but the way Man United are right now, right, I do feel that we stand a very good chance of winning this tournament. But it's especially since this is it's a tournament that's an avenue to the Champions League, right? And that's, mate, and we need it. It's any, for me, it's always been any route to the Champions League, right? Simple as that. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Right, just get up. Some of these names are just impossible. Some of these names in this draw, to be fair, are quite impossible to. Right, but yeah, I mean, what do you going into this thinking that we should do this? We should win this tournament.
Well, you know, we have to because we know what the stakes are. As you've said, Steve, gateway to Champions League football, and it's a chance for Mikel Arteta to win a prestigious trophy. It does have some prestige, and prove his, you know.
Well, since we've got no European trophies or anything like that, it is sort of important.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you were saying.
Exactly. So this has to be a chance for Arteta to prove his mettle, and obviously the bigger the stage, the more bigger the prestige. So this will be a feather in his cap. I still remember how he had the opportunity to do that with us, only to lose it in the semi-finals to Unai Emery's Villarreal of all teams. I will never forget the false nine. I will never forget him taking off Aubameyang after he hit the post twice and bringing on Willian Borges as his replacement. And that was when I told myself, I can't have faith in this manager's tactical ability or his football intellect. Why or how he was given a chance like that? Because we knew that the top four was coming. Taking a look on the TV, we've got a couple of ambassadors, one of them being Zoltan Gera, who was a finalist for Fulham in 2010.
Definitely.
Under Roy Hodgson. So it's good to see a lot of.
It was good to see. No, it was good to see actually. The fact that Kiev are in this draw, and that we've got the Ukrainian teams in this draw.
Right. So you have the pops, don't you? You know what the pops are?
Yeah, I'm just trying to type them up.
Because I've got the pops right in front of me. I could share them if you're indisposed at the moment.
Give me a sec. I'm just trying to insert. Right. Yeah, go on, Sean.
Alright, so share screen. Right. So if you can see right here, these are the pots. In pot one, can you see the screen, Stephen?
Yeah, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, I wanted to do this earlier, but because I had to do all the crap with the hospital, I'm now stuck doing it now. But yeah, go on. Sorry guys, my bad.
Yeah.
big ups. I hope you're well. I'm going to drop the link in the chat as well. So, King, if you say if you're available, could really help us out. Go. Just share the tab, mate. Don't share the watch-along. Just share the tab.
Yeah, I'm not showing that.
If you go on the Europa League website.
Yeah, no, this
Go
is
on,
BBC.
go on the Europa League website. It's easy to see. Right, type in Europa League draw in Google.
Yeah, well, right. So I'll stop sharing until then. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus you only have to you can share just the tab. You don't have to share the whole screen.
Right.
So if you go into Europa League draw, it's literally got all the pots there, and it's got the clubs easily. It's a lot clearer.
Yeah, but there's an infuriating video on the top right-hand corner. I don't know how to get rid of that, to be honest.
Oh no, that's the actual draw itself. Oh shit! Get rid of that.
Yeah. Robbie Keane in the audience.
Well, pause it then. You can pause it. If you pause it, it'll go. Will be alright.
It's also, yeah. Hold on. It was positioned in such a way that it was also occupying a lot of the screen. So that's the problem. Last season we're in this tournament should be the last from your lips to God's ears, Your Majesty. And I want to see us lift the trophy as well, but we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Right. Have I dropped the link in the chat? No, I haven't dropped the link in the chat. Hang on a minute, let me just drop the link in the chat.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so, but can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's there.
Have you had your blood pressure down, Stephen?
In part one, we have Roma, yeah?
Sorry, go on. Say that again, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about the teams in the pots in part one.
Until we got, whilst we got a little time, go for it.
Yeah, so they just started to draw some teams. Roma will be in Group A. Lazio are going to be in Group B.
Raises money for charity. Oh, that's nice. For children's services.
Sorry.
There has been some. No, they haven't drawn anything yet. I think they're just explaining the procedure without actually doing anything.
Keeps them going. Keeps them going. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Magic.
Right.
That's all right. Blood might turn up next. Hopefully. Should be on its way really because they've done everything.
Sharif. Remember Sharif's performance in the Champions League. So there might be a tricky team to play against if we get him in the draw. Wow. You do remember that?
Right.
I'm just saying, Sheriff, if you remember their performance against Real Madrid in the Champions League draw, if we get them in the group, that could be a tricky group to play against.
You mean Sheriff, right?
What? If we get Sheriff in the if we get Sheriff, right? If we get Sheriff in the same group, that's going to be a tough group to face. Not gonna lie.
Quite tough, no doubt about it.
Just trying to see if I can.
Two Turkish clubs here in different parts, Fenerbahce and Trab. Trabzonspor. No sign of Besiktas, where Dele Alli has gone online. Right, so they're confirming the pots. Roma, United, Arsenal, Lazio, Braga, Zvezda, Dynamo Kiev, and Olympiacos in pot 1.
Why is it this can't just...
Right, and so Guerra is having the first pick.
Ah, right, so we're doing the draw now. So first pick, this is for Group A.
Arsenal!
Arsenal in Group A.
So I'm on a tradition, you go first.
Arsenal in Group A. Right. I'm going to take that down. Right. So, I think they're just going to do pot 1s for now. We'll see how this plays out. So, Arsenal in Group 1. A. Sorry.
Actually, they're picking them. So Kiev is now in Group B.
Group B, yeah. Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev for Group B. Give us pot 3. Give us pot 3.
No. What they're doing is they're
just a quick in between. Tell me what pot 3 is. I've done Sheriff and Welbetis. I need the others.
Yeah, the problem is that we can't see what the pot 3 is Sheriff.
Right, so they've got AS. Hang on, AS. So I've done AS Roma for Group C. Right, I've done.
Group D.
Right, I've done. Who's after Real Betis? Who's next?
The Danish team, Midtjylland, I think.
Who's that? Who's come out now?
Yeah, Braga has come out.
Braga.
I'm not too sure.
Spell me the Danish team.
Oh, yeah, they're in Group D. Braga will be in Group D.
Tell me, spell the name for the other team, the Danish team.
Yeah, it's I think it's pronounced Midtjylland. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, spell it to me.
Right. M-I-D.
Yeah.
T-J-Y.
T-J-Y.
Double L-A-N-D.
Double L. Yeah. A-N-D.
Yeah. Double L-A-N-D. Midtjylland.
Okay. Right.
Now, Guerra has drawn Lazio in Group F.
Well, hang on. Who's in Group D?
Group D is Braga.
Wait, Lazio's Group F. Who's Group E then? Group E
is Manchester United.
Oh, okay.
Olympiacos will be in Group G. And the final pot 1 team is I seriously don't know how you can pronounce that. Crvena Zvezda. I'll have to look that up and see how you pronounce what that team is. Right. So Arsenal in Group A, United in
Crvena
Zvezda. Right. Now pot 2, the teams to be drawn are Feyenoord, Stade Rennais.
Hang on. I know we've got pot 2. I just need the rest of pot 3 and 4 because you can see on the screen what pot 2 is.
Okay, so the 4th team from pot 3 is Bodo Glimt.
G-L-I-M-T?
G-L-I-M-T, yes.
G-L-I-M-T.
Okay, now interestingly, PSV Eindhoven have been picked from pot 2. They will probably be in Group
What's
A.
before Glimt? What's before Glimt?
Midtjylland. And then...
No, before the word Glimt in that team.
Bodo. BOD, that thing.
BOD.
Right.
Is that how you spell it? BOD? BOD? What?
BODO.
Oh.
Yeah, the O will soon have the slash through it.
Right, so Group A, PSV, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Stade Rennais will be in Group B along with Dynamo Kiev.
PSV Eindhoven.
Okay.
Jeez,
Now,
we got PSV. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, listen, let me just give you the, I'll just tell you what the other teams from Part 3 are, and we'll go back to the picking, okay? So from Part 3, you have Ferencváros from Hungary.
Mate, you can, mate, I don't know what that, how to spell that.
Look, I'm sharing the screen, can't you read it?
No, because I'm trying to show everyone what the pots are, and the groups, as I'm doing the draw. I'm drawing it at the minute.
Yeah, they're drawing it at the minute, that's the problem.
Right, see, Ludogorets.
Ludogorets are in Group C, yes, along with Rome. And Malmo is in Group D.
Malmo.
Yeah.
How do you spell the next team in pot 3? Just spell it.
Ferencv.
Hang on. F-R...
No, F-E-R.
F-E-R...
E-N-C.
E-N-C...
B-A-R-O-S.
B...
No, that's B, as in Victor.
D...
No, let me try this. Foxtrot, Echo, Romeo, Echo, November, Charlie, Victor, Alpha, Romeo, Oscar, Sierra.
Right, who got Group E?
Yeah.
Who came out? Real Sociedad for Real Madrid.
Yeah, Feyenoord will be in Group F. Okay. Now the other 3 teams in Pot 3 are Union Berlin.
Oh yeah, no, that's got that one. Hang on a minute. Who came out in Group F?
Lazio and Feyenoord will be in Group F. Olympiacos and Karabakh are in Group G.
Right.
Yeah.
So Karabakh are in Group G.
Yes. And Monaco are in Group H. Right. So the last 3 teams from Pot E, do you have that?
Right. Give me the other 3 teams.
The other 3 teams. Union Berlin.
Yeah, done that. Just need the 2.
And Fenerbahce. Freiburg and Fenerbahce. Yeah. Sheriffs of Asphalt, Real Betis, Midtjylland, Roda Ferencváros.
Right, pot 4.
Yeah, pot 4. Nantes, HJK. Sturm.
HJK.
Yes. Followed by Sturm, as in Sturm Graz, I think. I don't know.
Oh, Stromgard.
Yeah. And then AEK Larnaca. Now, Gareth just picked out the first team. It'll be Bodo Glimt, who will be in Arsenal's group.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on, you're ahead of me. Just Sturm
and Larnaca. AEK Larnaca.
L-E-K.
AEK Larnaca.
M-E-K. That's not right.
Yeah, AEK Larnaca. Larnaca. Right. And the 5th team is Omanoia.
Oh, she's back.
O-M-O-N-O-I-A.
Oh, hang on a minute. So we've got Bodo Glimt.
Yes.
Group B.
Group B, Kiev, Rennes, and Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce.
Real Betis will be in Group C.
Group C.
Yes.
I'll get this. Tom, D.
Group D will be Sheriff. No, Sheriff will be in Group E. Sheriff Tiraspol are in Group E against Manchester United.
Sheriff. Who's Group D then?
Yeah, Group E will be Sheriff
Group,
and Manchester United.
yeah, Group D.
Group D is coming up right now.
Well, how's that work?
I don't know. They switch the order sometimes. Ah, that's the Danish team, Midtjylland. That will be in. No, they've gone to Group F. They've gone to Group F.
Yeah, Mitch.
They switch it up sometimes. I don't know why they're doing that.
No, well, that doesn't make sense. Right.
Union
Sure.
Berlin will be in. Group F. No. Union Berlin is in Group D. So Group D, we have Braga, Malmo, and Union Berlin.
Right. No one's done Group F yet.
Yeah. Now, we have the other German team from Pot 3, Freiburg.
Yeah.
They will be in Group G with Olympiacos.
Who got F then? It's someone in the chat. Who got F?
Yeah, in
who
Pot
got the
3
third
is
team?
the team that's left. Ferencváros. That's the Hungarian team.
Who got F then?
That's it. All of the Pot 3 teams.
Yeah, I know, but who got F in Pot 3?
No, they've all been put.
Well, how's Group F missing then?
Group F is Lazio, Feyenoord, and.
Oh, Mitch. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. Group G is Olympiacos, Karabakh, and Freiburg. Group H is.
Nantes. Right, Nantes, Helsinki. Right, tell me as it come in.
So they're starting picking the teams from top 4. The first team from.
Oh, that's where I got confused. You were comparing Helsinki to Strumgras. That's what I got confused. But you were saying it at the same time. Larnaca.
Okay. So Zurich is in Group A. Okay. And the Cypriot team, Larnaca, AEK, will be in Group B. So that completes it.
Who did we get?
We've got Zurich. Our group is
Zurich.
Arsenal, PSV, Werder Glen, and Zurich.
Larnaca. So Arsenal's Zurich. We got Zurich.
Yeah, and there's another Cypriot team, Omonia, that's going into Group C. Not Group C, Group E. They're switching the order around again.
Oh no, it must be because of they can't go in that group for some reason.
Yeah.
So who's in Group E?
Group E is Manchester United, Real Sociedad, Sheriff Tiraspol, and Omonia. And now they've just picked out Helsinki from the draw. Let's see where they're going.
Omonia.
HJK will be in Group C. So Group C's completed lineup is Roma, Ludogorets, Real Betis, and
Betis. HJK.
Real Betis, of course, where Hector Bellerin played and won the Spanish Cup. It would have been interesting if he had been in our group.
Yep.
Okay. Belgian team, Saint-Gilloise.
Hi there, any lunch for you today?
What we got?
I've got fish and chips, I've got cauliflower cheese, I've got a traditional pasty.
Fish and chips, please.
Yeah. Would you like something as well?
Right.
Oh,
And San Angelo are in Group D.
what you said.
So I've got
So I'll come back to these guys. Alright.
And it is SK.
I've got like a traditional pasty, like a Cornish pasty.
I like that.
Yeah. You
Sounds
want
like
some
a
mash and beans with it, or chips and
Sorry
Just
guys.
pasty on
I
its
have
own?
to go.
In Group F. Lazio, Feyenoord, Midtjylland and Sturm Graz. Arnold Schwarzenegger's home team. Trabzonspor from Turkey, where Kevin Campbell played, former Arsenal striker, of course. And he will be in Group H along with Monaco, Ferencvaros, and that other team is Red Star Belgrade. They've sort of gone back to their Serbian pronunciation. And completing it is Nantes from France. They will be in Group G. So, to all of you who can see the screen, these are the confirmed groups. Group A, Arsenal.
Hang on a minute. Let me finish the groups then. Okay. So
Yeah, sure.
Nantes, Unions, Aquiline, Anchor, FC Europe, SK Juncker, Trespazor, Right, so Group D, who did we get in Group D for the last pot? Just the bottom. Group D, just give me the bottom one.
Yeah,
Pop-
Saint-Gilloise.
San Juan. Unions.
What else do you need?
Just need Group F and Group G. Sorry guys, it's been delayed. But obviously with the hospital, you can understand it's been busy. Otherwise, I'd had it all prepared. Yeah, F and G.
Yeah. You can see that though, right?
Who got
Because
F? Who got F and G first before we do the rest of the group? I'll announce the groups all together. Just give me F and G. Big pot 4. I need pot 4's Group F and pot 4's Group G. The bottom team.
Pot 4's Group F is Sturm Graz.
Right. SK Sturm Graz.
And Pot 4's Group G team is Nantes.
Right, there you go. Right, there you go. Sorry about all that. Sorry it's all been like all over the place. Let me get to some of your comments. Big up Joanne, big up share to Facebook. Big up, hope you're doing well. It's a bit confusing, was it? Yeah, it's a bit confusing, man. But look, as long as we got our group, as long as you know what my group is, I don't mind. I'm just gonna message some. So, what do you make of of our group?
To me? Yeah, for me, it should be quite simple enough in theory because, of course, I saw the PSV team play. They are now coached by the former Manchester United and Real Madrid striker Ruud van Nistelrooy. He used to terrorise us a lot, in case you've forgotten. We have our memories of him, most of them not very pleasant. they're also knocked out by Rangers and sentenced to be in our group, so they're going to want to prove themselves. Definitely a top quality team. But Bodo Glimt,
One of the
not a
favourites,
team.
I'd say.
What?
Really, one of the favourites, I'd say, mate. PSV.
Well, I mean, that's why we were in part one. So yes, we should be the favourite.
Well, no, Manny, no, you misheard me. I'm saying PSV is one of the favourites. Look, I'm gonna quickly go through the. I'm gonna go through the group now. Talk about set up right, hey. There you go. Tell me there's an easy way to see this.
An Excel file, very efficient.
Right, there you go. Right, so group. If you can't see, sorry, I can only do the 2-5. See if we
You'll
can
need
get
to
away
put
with
it to at least 200 for people to see it.
Try and get it to 130. There you go. Right, there you go. Sorry, guys. Get rid of that name now, mate.
Oh. You don't like it?
Very much so.
No problem at all.
I'm just showing it, mate. You can get lost.
I thought you would love it. That's what you told me yesterday.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's getting heavy.
Sorry,
Food.
lunch. How are you guys,
I'll
man?
schedule lunch. You can show them.
How you guys? How you say it? So,
So we like
Yeah.
to
say
Yeah.
you good?
I'm good. I'm working, but I got a short break, so I said, let me come on for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, Arsenal and PSV look to be favourites from Group A. Bodo Glimt cannot be taken lightly. I do seem to remember they actually knocked Celtic out of the Europa
Yeah.
League
Yeah,
last
they
season.
did. I mean, they are a team from Norway. They're a new team, but they got rich owners, so they are in the up.
Managed to avoid. Yeah, we have managed to avoid long travels. Actually, to be fair, the travels in main Central Europe, which is good
Yeah.
for tiredness and that. PSV will be a tough test, but I'm just going to go through the rest of the teams. So Arsenal in Group A, they immediately came out. They've got PSV. They've got Bodo Glimt. I believe that's from Denmark, isn't it?
Norway.
Norway. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry to any Glimt fans. And then we've got double check it. FC Zurich. Right, so
Yeah, from Switzerland.
we can go visit the bank while we're there. Right.
So we're going back to Granit Xhaka's home country.
Yeah, mate. Hopefully we can leave him there. Hopefully we can keep him there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he played for Grasshoppers.
maybe he loves the country so much he'll never come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Group B, Dynamo Kiev.
No, he played for Basel.
Sorry, like I was saying, Group B, Dynamo Kiev, Stade Rennes. I haven't got time to type out the whole name, but you know who it is. Fenerbahce, and then Larnaca. Then you've got Group C, AS Roma. They now have Ludogorets, Betis, and HJ Helsinki. Group D, you've got Braga, Malmo, Union Berlin, Union Saint Gilloise, and Manchester United. Manchester United will be in Group E. right, with Royal Sociedad, Sheriff, and Almondia. I think that's an easier group compared to ours, to be fair. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Lazio in Group F with Feyenoord, Midtjylland, and SK Stringers. Sorry if I butchered that Danish team's name. Olympiakos, Karabakh, and Freiburg Nantes make up Group G. I've misspelled that. Hang on, I spelled that. That was supposed to be that one. My bad.
Yeah.
And lastly, you've got Trabzonspor.
Yes, Trabzonspor.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
That's
And they make up Group H. So there you go. I mean, Man United's group. Man United's group. Big up 14 people that are watching. Really appreciate you tuning in this early in the morning. Man United's group. Do you think that's easier than Arsenal? I'll start with you, Saeed. What do you think?
What's the group again, Man United? Who they facing?
Man United have got Real Sociedad, Sheriff, and Oman.
No, I don't think it's easier because Sheriff is a Champions League team. They won against who's it called? Real Madrid last year. So they are a good team. I think Real Sociedad Spanish teams are good as well. So they have two teams that I think are good, and then obviously the last team is not that very good. I don't know about you guys. I wasn't that impressed by PSV when they played against Rangers. I don't know if that says more about Rangers than it says about them. But obviously, you can't underestimate any team in this tournament. You can't. But I'm confident that we will go through and we should be able to win every game. I see no reason or excuse why we should not win every game we play. That should be the aim.
I feel where Man United are right now, and I know they're going to have Casemiro and all that. I do feel we are the favourites in this tournament.
Yeah, we are right now.
Obviously, I expect us to be able to compete on both fronts. Especially now, we've got teams that are not in Azerbaijan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I was glad that we avoided any away trip or any trip to a very hostile stadium. Like, we know how good Turkish supporters are and how hard it is to play there. It's the same with teams from Greece or Croatia or Azerbaijan. So I'm happy that we avoided it. But it would have been a good experience as well to see how the players react when they play in that kind of environment. But overall, as you said, the aim should be to win this tournament.
Yeah.
And we don't know which team will go down.
We should get top four either way, and then we should focus on getting the tournament win as well.
Yeah. I
actually now feel confident. I know now. Do you know what? People say you can't change your expectations, right? Yeah.
You can.
Well, my expectations for the season last season were 8 to 12, and people moaned at me then and saying, "Well, if you expected 8 to 12, why are you moaning that we got 5th?" I went, because after halfway through the season, we had a golden opportunity to take top 4, right? Because everyone was underperforming, right?
Yeah, I can give you a perfect example.
That's a clear example. You don't, just because you say I expect 8 to 12 to start the season, doesn't mean you have to stick to it, right? if you see on evidence that we are playing better than 8th to 12th, then you should say, the way we've been playing, I expect us to get top 4. Right? So now looking at us, the way we started the season, I know I feel we need a midfielder, and I would rather a replacement right back for Cedric or whoever. But with the way we're playing, right, I do feel Arsenal, I just said get top 4 by any means necessary, whether it's win this or top 4. Right? Now, I expect us to get top 4 and win this trophy. I expect us to. I expect that. I now expect that because I'm not saying I'm not writing off PSV. PSV is only a tough game, right? But
Right then.
the way we're playing right now, I expect nothing less than us to go at least to the semi-finals, to the final, and to get top 4 by a country mile. We shouldn't be struggling.
Stephen, did you say that PSV are the favourites to win the group?
No, I said one of the favourites.
Oh, no, I think we are the favourites. Like,
oh no, I said by looking at the draw, I think we are, but in the way we're playing,
right.
especially Man United, the way they're playing, we are as well.
I mean, if you look at,
Let me just go through the rest of the comments, and then I'll let you go. Glimpse Norway, and no, they are definitely not a team they've been around. Last 5 years, they've won the Norwegian League at least twice, I think. Yeah. Steven Xhaka played well, for Arsenal as well. Hopefully we can leave him there. So basically, we're in a group with DSV and 2 other teams, and no one's heard of. Obviously, I've heard of Zurich, the city, but didn't know they play football as well. And there you go. The teams you learn in this tournament. You got to know that. Fortunately, I've heard Bodo Glimt and FC Zurich. Arsenal must not underestimate both. Look, people say you shouldn't underestimate a side that's been so poor. You shouldn't underestimate any side, whether it's a good side or not. You shouldn't underestimate any side going into a game, right? Yeah, we could be confident that I expect us to beat us say Zurich 3-4-0, right? But I'm not going to underestimate the fact that anyone's in the Europa League, they're there for their own right. And some of these teams can only get into the Europa League. For example, Rangers, who haven't even qualified, they have to qualify to get in this tournament. And some of these teams have had to qualify to get in this tournament because of the coefficient. And they can't get to the Champions League because of the coefficient either, which is, I think, wrong. But if they've managed to do that with their coefficient, where they've managed to get into this league, this competition, with so little to go on, like so much little access to European football, you can't underestimate them because they've all got something about them. If otherwise, they wouldn't be there. Because don't forget, because like I said, some of these teams have played probably 1 or 2 qualifiers to get in, so they've already had the experience in the Europa League. So that's why sometimes you can get surprise results in the group stages. I mean, look at Sheriff, like in the Champions League, Real Madrid underestimated and they got beaten 2-1 in their own manner. So, and that's why I said Sheriff's no mugs to Sheriff know for that. And that was only a couple of years ago. So you could imagine Sheriff have got a similar team to what they have back then. And if they could do that in the Champions League to Real Madrid, who knows what they could do in the UEFA League. A PSV tough game, I do agree with that. We probably won't win Europa League under Arteta, let's face it. It wouldn't be by to others. I did put the link in actually to let anyone come on, but I did put it in. I swear I did put it in to let anyone come on and have their say. I hope you're doing all right, Stephen. See you in hospital. I hope so. Yeah, don't get me started. Just don't. Pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good draw for Arsenal. It's a pretty good draw for Arsenal. Go on, Nick. Yeah, just So, Manny, what do you make of Man United and their draw?
With Sociedad and Sheriff, it might not be very easy for them, but they should be able to overcome it and qualify. And here's the thing about Sheriff's result against Real Madrid. That was obviously a game where they were motivated to do as well as they could. Real Madrid were, they weren't at their usual pace. And of course, that was an example of a smaller team upsetting a big team that just weren't prepared. But we all know what happened. Real went on to win the competition. So we often see that when you achieve a result like that, next season, if you're expected to do as well as you can based solely on that result, more often than not, teams might not be able to reach those heights. So I don't really believe that Sheriff will give United or Sociedad too many problems. But again, as Static has emphatically said, you can't take any team for granted. You've also said that no team can be taken for granted. So they should have an easy passage to the next round. But again, the next round, let's not forget, is where it can get tougher. A lot of Champions League rejects will come in, and bear in mind, Barcelona will be in Bayern Munich's group and Inter Milan's group. So there's always a chance that one of those teams could come in and completely upset the apple cart. So let's focus on our group and we're going to be fine. Let Manchester United focus on their group. They're going to be fine as well.
Yeah, Mike, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good actually, mate. Absolutely buzzing. To be fair, I'm not. I know you said underestimating, but as a football fan, you're all going to say that's a piss easy group. Ammonia and Sheriff have just had, a season of their life last season.
I wouldn't rely on. I wouldn't lie down on Sheriff. To be fair,
I personally, I think last season when they beat Real Madrid, they put so much energy into that, and even the draw they had against Inter Milan at home, because they didn't just go to the Bernabeu, they actually drew with Inter Milan, I think, or either drew or just narrowly lost, because I watched them.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I watched someone's video on it, and they said that Sheriff they don't even play in a city, they play in like an abandoned state or something like that in Moldova.
The thing I have with Sheriff is, I would say, is you should win. I'm not saying what I'm saying is that they can be capable of getting good results in the group stages. It's just a team that just go in with a side of caution, right? Because it can easily go against. They can easily pull a result off if they need to. So, but I'm not saying that Man United should win. Man United should go in there expecting to win that game, though, right? It's just that if they can do that in the Champions League, then they could easily do it in the Europa League as well.
I hate this drop out of the Champions. I know Man United have done it before, but I hate the fact that failure. Embarrassing.
It's like if you fail to get, in the Champions League to qualify, you should be out.
You can literally go from qualifiers to the Champions League all the way down to the Conference League.
If you know you're not going to win the Champions League, you could quite easily say, "Well, we know we're not going to win this. Why don't we finish third?" Some teams could literally sit there and go, "Well, we're not going to win it, right?"
Good and win the Europa.
Arsenal, I know, could go into that game. We could go to the Champions League next season. No, we're not going to win it. I know we're not going to win it. Some deluded Arsenal fans, super fans might think it. But I know next season, if we get to the Champions League, we're not going to win it. We could quite say, well, if we're not going to win the European tournament, why don't we just drop out of it, right, at the group stage, and then retain a Europa League if we win this season, for example. You know what I mean?
Sevilla that perfectly. So if you were in Sevilla's group this year, you'd probably fancy them to finish third again.
Yeah.
And then win the Europa League. That's what Sevilla do.
I take that with you.
And there's another group as well. Group A, Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. One of them will be in the Europa League. Even if it is Rangers, Rangers have still, went to the final last season. So, there's still so much quality in the Champions League this year. But I don't see a group in the Champions League where I can clearly, predict them. Because I think there's a lot of tough groups. Even top groups, very tough. Frankfurt, Europa League winners, Marseille, very good side in France, and Sporting Lisbon, got the last 16 last season as well. Every single group in the Champions League is tough, which makes this competition 10 times harder.
Don't worry about it.
You know what I would say? I think the biggest mistake that UEFA made was getting rid of the European Cup. Because now you've got a situation where the customers, instead of having a separate cup competition, which had its own level of prestige, they've been thrown into the Europa League. The Europa League just seems like the morass of these other teams weren't quite good enough. I don't know what your opinion on this is. Maybe you can give me some idea. Do you think they should have kept the European Cup?
I'll give you money.
Yeah. So right. So let me go. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, pretty good draw. I presume you're not because I'm not your opinion on Arteta as well. No. Mate. My opinions on Arteta are sane. I don't need any mental help for that. Trust me. But yeah, I'm eager to get this tournament started now. To be honest.
When's the first match?
The first match, if I'm not mistaken,
6th of September.
I think so. I'm not sure. Let me have a look at the.
They've got to do all 6 match days in 5 or 6 weeks because of the World Cup, haven't they?
I don't want the draw.
It's starting early and it's finishing before we go for the World Cup. So I think the first game is 6th of September.
Yeah,
and
so,
the last game.
Because normally the final game of the group stage is like the 6th or 7th of December, isn't it? And then
then it's a pause until February.
Yeah.
Does the knockout start in February then, or?
So if I look at the procedure, the draw, the results, match and draw date.
Yeah.
Right. So Europa League match schedule. When does the Europa League group stage start? 8th of September. 8th of September. Then you've got match day 2. Basically, we play all the match. We do get the group stage done before the end of by the 3rd of November. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, normally it's around that time.
Then we're back in February, so it's like we've never missed it.
Oh, so it's back. Yeah.
There's no changes to it.
I thought they might have started in January or something, but then in the middle of the.
Hello. Shall I do your pickup slip for your blood?
Sorry.
Is that alright?
Yeah, I'm just driving a minute. Got blood at the same time. Things you do keep going. As you said, look, you've got Europa League group stages. First game's on the 8th of September, the final one on the 3rd of November. Then Europa League group stages, the playoff round, which will be all second place clubs. Does that include also the teams that drop down?
Knockout. No, the knockout playoff rounds are the teams that finish second, I think.
They're all the teams that finish second, yeah. So all the teams that finish second will play a knockout player round on the 16th to 18th of February. Round of 16.
It's all the group. It's all the rest. Plus the Champions League knockout teams.
Yeah, it's all the rest of the games put together. So round of 16 will be 9th and next 16th. Then quarterfinals and the final in 31st of May. It's usually quite early. It's usually like the first week of June.
I guess they want people to have a longer summer break after the World Cup.
The Champions League final is on the 7th of June.
What's that?
The Champions League finals on the 7th of June.
Yeah, the Champions League. Yeah. I think they've been doing that now. The Europa League is like a week in. It's like a week from the Europa League final to the Champions League final.
Yeah,
So let me just get on stream here. Europa League final, Arsenal versus PSV.
What, in
Right.
a battle for second out of the group when Bodo Glimt win the group?
Yeah.
No,
Can't
it's
wait.
How have you got 0?
Sociedad will knock you into 6, mate. Like,
where is
I
the
laugh.
final?
If you don't get out of that group, I'll laugh.
Yeah, if we get it, we might end up in the Conference League if we finish. Oh my!
If you do, I'm literally banking like Man United fans for the rest of the season.
Bet on this that we'll end that group with at least plus 12 goal difference, at least.
Plus 12 goals.
Steven?
Plus
Yeah.
12 goals minimum.
Where is the Europa League final being played? Do you know?
Bucharest.
Bucharest.
Bucharest, yeah, Hungary. No, Budapest.
No, Budapest. It's Budapest. Come on, man. Budapest.
All right. Yeah, well, at least it's easier to get there than to Azerbaijan.
Yeah. I think after that incident, they're not going to do it again. Hey, next year's Europa League.
We're going to Ireland. We can win the
Ireland, right?
Roy Keane's going to lift the Euro.
Oh, mate, no. Roy Keane won't lift that trophy. He's like, I'm a higher standard. Fuck off.
If I could just come in, I had a
Do you
question.
know what? The draws ended, and we're just debating football. I'm like, this is what I love. Like, I'm not. Like, we got Bilbao and Spain next after. Oh, there we go.
Now, let me just get my question in for the three of you.
Yeah, go on. So I've got to do this.
Yeah, listen. So we were talking a little bit about. We were talking about how unfair it is that a lot of these Champions League teams can sort of get knocked out of the Champions League and then be in a situation where they could come into the Europa League and sort of play for that sort of silverware. And I remember saying, I don't know if either of you heard me say it on mic, I think the biggest mistake that UEFA made was to get rid of the European Cup Winners' Cup. And I'm not just saying that because that was, probably the best European trophy that Arsenal had won, but because that was a competition where all of the domestic cup winners in Europe, felt that they had their own level of prestige, their own tournament, which was especially for them. And ever since the decision to get rid of that tournament and throw them all into the Europa League with a lot of other teams, I think it's devalued the Europa League in many respects, and it's also made the cup winners feel as though they're just not really they don't really have their special place anymore. And it's, as I said, it's devalued the Europa League. So I think my question is, do you think it was a mistake to get rid of the Cup Winners' Cup, and would you like to see it brought back? Let me start with you, Mike.
Personally, I'd say no, it wasn't a mistake, and personally, I don't think it should be brought back. I know, obviously, I can completely understand your point, and the great thing about opinion is being able to evaluate facts and bring other arguments into it, and I just think that football has moved on from the Cup Winners' Cup, and we're
desperate to have some sort of Europa League, like a European title that actually means anything anymore.
Yeah.
No, Arsenal, we're desperate to have a European trophy that means that exists.
I can understand the point about the competitiveness, but I just think football's moved, and I just don't think that it would. And also the schedule would be, because you have to keep the Europa League now. You have to keep the Europa League. You have to keep the Conference League, because you've only just brought it in. And then it would just have more fixtures and more congestion. And then
games.
Also, if those teams come into, do you just pick out the winners? And then if Man City wins something, do they go in the Champions League or do they go in the Cup Winners' Cup? It would just confuse it. And you know what UEFA are like?
Yeah, but here's the thing: you don't get to go into the Cup Winners' Cup once you're knocked out of the European Cup. That was the way it
Big
was.
up,
You.
big up Eric's current kid. He's really happy with the draw. Draw is on fire. Frankfurt are in the Champions League. Yeah, but they could quite easily drop down into the Europa League if things don't go well for them. I actually think they'll qualify into the next round of the Champions League, to be fair.
I don't know. That group is tough.
I
Like I
didn't
said,
see the group though.
they got Tottenham, Marseille, and Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, Tottenham's not an issue.
And I'll
No,
be cheering on Marseille because
Well,
they've got a good contingent of players there.
Hey, if Tottenham with all this gas about Conte get dropped down into Europa League, I'll be so fucking. I'll be so funny.
Oh yeah, the banter will be epic. But Said, are you
Oh,
there or
what?
have you gone?
Look at this.
I'm here. I'm going soon in a few minutes. So I'll answer your question before I go. So I do agree with you that it was a mistake to get rid of it. I always felt like even the Champions League format, when before it was just the winners in their league who played in it. I think that format was more prestige because then it wasn't just that, oh, you have to finish in the top four to play in the Champions League. You have to literally win your league to be able to play there. And that, for me, I miss that part of football
That's
where
what football fans do.
you have to be a champion to achieve something. And I kind of also feel like the the teams that win their domestic cup, so the team that wins the FA Cup, surely that team deserves more to be in the Champions League than a team that finished fourth or in the next season will finish fifth. Because if you finish fifth
Exactly.
without winning any trophy, you haven't achieved anything to play in a tournament called Champions League. Because you're not a champion of anything. You haven't won anything. You haven't even been near to win anything. So for me, I feel like they are just trying to get as many teams from the top five teams so they can get
Oh
more
yeah.
revenue, more views, but they don't care really about teams that overachieve in their own leagues but doesn't come from a big country. And it's a bit sad. And it's the same thing that if you fail in the Champions League, then you should not be rewarded to play in another tournament and be able to win silverware. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, that's never
And,
made sense to me, to be fair. Right, I always thought if you get knocked out of the
yeah.
tournament, you get knocked
Thank,
out.
thank, thank you for having me on, guys. I gotta go back to work. I'm sure we will speak more during the weekend as well. I don't know. Are you doing any more streams today, Steven?
No, just today.
Okay, yeah.
This
Good
is from
luck.
today. The rest of it,
Yeah.
on live on. The only other one I'm doing is on SFeatleyTV one because
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I might do a stream tomorrow. I might try and get both of you on it. I do. I think people appreciate different views, and I like to have people who not with just one kind of view on Arsenal when I do streams about them. So I'll see it either be tomorrow or on Sunday, but I'll let you guys know before.
Yeah, no worries, man.
All right, guys, take care and big up the chat as well as always.
Big up.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm happy with the group. I'm sure United will be happy with theirs. And here's the thing as well, with regard to Sheriff, it's a little bit like those lower teams who get shock results in the FA Cup one year, but you don't hear of them the next year. I don't know if you remember Haven and Waterloo.
Thank you for the sub, Alex Cam. Really do appreciate it.
I don't know if you remember Haven and Waterlooville. They went to
I'll get to big up Alex Cam for the sub. Really do appreciate it. As it helps any new subscriber helps promote the charitable cause we do, which is raising money for children's liver disease whilst we're talking about football. There's memberships there, there's donation page, there's a link to the donation page if you want to help with the fundraising, but just by watching you're helping with the fundraising, so really appreciate you subscribing, it really does mean a lot. Go on, you were saying?
Yeah, so I was just saying, I don't know if you remember happened in Waterlooville, this team from, well below some of the main divisions. They actually came to Anfield and took a 1-0 and a 2-1 lead over there. And in the second half, they were on a lot of their big guns. So that was almost potentially a shock. But that team won a lot of hearts that day. And in the years since, we haven't heard of them doing anything or even qualifying for the main FA Cup draw. So it just goes to show that a lot of these teams can have really big results one year. And the publicity from that means that, they'll be in paradise. But next year, you don't have very much. That's exactly the same thing with Sheffield. They had their moment in the sun at the Bernabeu, and that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, football these days in Europe is built on marketing.
Hang on. Hey, wait, I'm in charge. But unfortunately, football these days, in particular in Europe, is milked for marketing purposes rather than doing what's best for competition-wise. Oh, it's like with anything, mate. They saw with the Champions League, they saw an opportunity to expand it and make tons of money from it, right? By getting the biggest clubs around Europe to play in the Champions League. Which is why do you need the Super League? You've got the Champions League. The reason the Super League, they're coming up with the Super League, is it's basically a Champions League that earns you 400 million quid. That's basically what it does, right? It's a Champions League that is only for the big clubs and makes over 400 million pound a year. That's basically what it is, right? Because the Champions League, unfortunately, they've milked it for everything they can, and now they're realising with the amount of player wages cost, the amount of transfer fees costs, look how much transfers and wages have fluctuated over the last 20 years, right? You got Mbappe on £1 million a week, right? And even a position on a board, right? To influence decisions, right? When you get to that stage, you finally realise the Champions League is not going to be self-sustainable for clubs that have to compete with the likes of PSG, Man City, Newcastle, who are going to come up to that at some point. They'll be up there as well because they're owned by a state. Right? Not sure about Chelsea, to be fair, because Chelsea are just having their ownership. So, but these clubs that are owned by states, like your PSGs, your Man Cities, and in the end it will be Newcastle as well. They'll be able to pay so much more in wages and transfers than your traditional top six clubs like Arsenal, Man United, like Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, right? That's why it was Real Madrid's president Perez's idea in the first place, and that's why Barcelona and Real Madrid still have not come out and still not gone back to the UCA, is it something like that? Where they've still not signed back to Europe, yet they're still part of I can't remember what it's called, but if you leave, there's a certain body where if you leave, you're out of all the UEFA tournaments, right? And Barcelona and Real Madrid, after all these clubs, the original Super League plans left and then came back, Barcelona and Real Madrid are still the ones that haven't left and still was in the Super League because they can't afford to compete with Barrett, but they know they can't afford with the Champions League. They can't afford PSG and Man City and these state-owned clubs. Simple as that. Simple as that, and that's why they're going to struggle in going forward. No. And that's how it doesn't. That's how it's been made. It's gone are the days of where it used to be about competition. It's all now about how much money we can make. Right? That's why they also made a conference league as well.
A couple of others apparently.
Because they realised there's more clubs that can get into Europe and make more money.
Come on. Huh?
Vinegar?
Oh, you didn't answer vinegar.
You know vinegar.
There's some left in there.
Vinegar rubber?
No.
Yeah, so anyway,
Walk 6 miles to go and get it.
thank you. Like I said, it's the idea of like it's all about competition. The ideas ago, mate. Simple as that,
Just
man.
going to get Brenda's blood.
Yes,
And
one
she'll
of
have some teeth later.
Leslie said she'd get like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap up because it's getting busy here. It's not getting quiet.
Always.
I'm just going to struggle to carry on.
It's noisy women.
Just to
We're trying to. I'm just trying
Just
to.
stick blood in him and shut up. Sorry.
Right. But anyway, that doesn't make sense. Is that it's called the Champions League, even though it's not. Yeah, exactly, mate. But it's not about. Right. It's not about champions anymore. Right, they should call it the European Cup rather than the Champions League because the Champions League doesn't exist really. It doesn't exist because when you include other teams, right, that haven't won the league, it can't be a champion, can it? Can't be a Champions League, can it? Simple, right? So basically, anyone who's won their league, right, in Europe should be in the Champions League, and everyone that has finished lower than them should be in the Europa League or the Conference League. But they won't do that because they want all the big clubs in one big tournament. Simple as that. It makes the most money. Simple. Anyway, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks to everyone that's watched. Really do appreciate you tuning in this on the morning.
Subscribe.
Manny, thanks for coming on. Big up to Say as well. Thanks to Mike who's come on as well to give their thoughts. I'm back tomorrow with the Watchalong for Arsenal Fulham. So we'll be live tomorrow for that. If you're interested in F1 and you want to tune into F1, go to SFeatleyTV at 7. We're doing preview to the Belgian Grand Prix. Then there's qualifying Watchalong on Saturday with Sunday's Watchalong for the Grand Prix itself. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. But until then, guys, is that in the end? Gotta get gone. So thanks to everyone that's tuned in and